Joining us here in a sunny Cumbria is Sophie Throup from the Myton Food Group at Morrisons to talk a little bit about how sustainability and farming work hand in hand with Morrisons to help us get food from farm to table. Sophie, tell me a little bit about how important it is to work with locally produced produce and local farmers.
It's really important. We know we want to buy food from farmers we know and trust, and to be able to come to the farm and to have a relationship with the farmers, as we've done for generations with lots and lots of farmers that we work with, is so important. We know not only do we trust that food and do we know it's had a good start in life, but also we know that that food therefore is going to have a very nice short journey to our processing sites and our manufacturing businesses and then out to our customers. So it's a very, very important short chain which we're really proud of.
So, how important is sustainability for Morrisons but also for British farmers?
Sustainability is important on every level, and true sustainability means that it has to be financially right for farmers. It's got to be sort of right from a social point of view, so how farmers themselves looked after, but also how they look after the animals that they have on their farm. But importantly, and as we all know, for environmental sustainability, there's so much focus on farms now, and farms have got such an amazing capacity to help that carbon footprint. They've got the control over what they're growing on farm and how they can lower emissions, whether they're livestock or their crops. But really importantly, that landscape that every farmer manages, how they can look after the soils and store more carbon in the soils, how they can plant the right trees in the right places, really, really important. That holistic piece of sustainability is vital.
The manufacturing arm of what you do is something that's very, very unique. Tell me how does that actually work?
We have 18 manufacturing sites all across the country, right from Aberdeen all the way down to Falmouth in the southwest. And we're buying everything. We buy a lot of southwest fish into our sort of Cornish factory, all the way up to livestock in 3 different abattoirs. We've got potato packer sites, we've got carrots and onion factories, we've even got the most amazing factory that makes pies and sausage rolls. What's brilliant about them is that they all have an element of being interlinked. So when we work like we do on this farm here, we bring that beef into one of our abattoirs to be processed, but then that beef can be sort of taken into joints for customers who want to buy that, but also the bits that aren't sort of sold as meat that you would find on a store or in a restaurant can be then taken into our manufacturing factories and made into a steak pie. So it's a really, again, good way of looking at sustainability. It's about wasting less, about using our whole factory footprint and being able to sort of really take good value out of that food that farmers grow for us.
As we move forward, you're going to keep being involved with farmers, you keep supporting. How do you see the next few years panning out for you folks?
It's so important to sort of think about how we support the farmers that we work with. And we think about that on the environmental side in lots of different ways. So we think about implementing and how we can help implement action plans on those farms that look at what they're doing more efficiently, because efficiency is always related to emissions reduction. But really importantly, how we can inspire things through innovation. So we've got this most fantastic product that we're working with an Australian company called Sea Forest, where they've found a particular seaweed it grows in Australia, and Asparagopsis is so fantastic at lowering methane in cattle. It takes the methane levels much below 50%, which is sort of game-changing really. We're trying to think practically to support farmers, give them bits of inspiration and innovation, but also spend a lot of time listening to farmers, because at the end of the day, they're the experts on their farm, and we know that they know what wants to work for them well.
Sophie Throup, a very busy few years ahead. Thank you so much.
We certainly have. Thank you.